Well, hi, Dartmouth fans. My name is Rob Kennedy, and for the last 3 seasons, I've been the radio voice of the Dartmouth College Big Green men's hockey team. And I'm very happy to get to sit down today and chat with the man who's been a constant behind the Dartmouth bench for the past 23 seasons. That's Coach Bob Gaudet. And thanks very much, Coach, for taking the time and sitting down or standing up to talk to us today.
No problem, Rob. Thanks so much for all your support over the years, and it's great to see you.
You've been playing or coaching college hockey since 1977. This is the first time in really 4 decades for you that you don't have a college hockey season coming up. It's got to be an extremely surreal feeling, I would think, for the first time in forever not to have a season to look forward to.
Yeah, it has been seasonal, so you take a little breather after the season and get ready for the next one. It's an odd situation. The COVID-19 obviously has affected all of us, and my heart goes out to the people that are affected directly. But it's given me an opportunity to step back a little bit, working from home, to think, which is a dangerous thing sometimes, to try to put things in perspective, I think, over the course of my career. It's been a whirlwind so far since my announcement of retirement. But I think in the next little bit, I'll be able to catch my breath and be able to move on. But it was a really, really tough decision, but something I've come to grips with.
What do you recall about your first game with the Big Green?
The
player, I mean, in this case.
Yeah, interesting first game. My dear friend Jim Jankowski was the starting goaltender. He was a classmate of mine, and to say I didn't get much playing time behind Jim was an understatement. I think I played the last part of the last game of the season. It was at Cornell. I got shelled for I think for 5 in relief, and it was a tough outing, but it actually gave me a lot of confidence that I could play, believe it or not.
Now, I've heard a lot of stories, and I've not been to Dartmouth nearly as long as you have. I'm really kind of a short timer there at this point. But one thing that's been kind of a recurring theme I've noticed is that Dartmouth people always find their way back to Dartmouth. And in your case, you went off to Fort Wayne for a year to play in the International Hockey League. What circumstances brought you back to Hanover after that?
Well, it was interesting. My pro career was short-lived, but I had an opportunity to sign a contract with Winnipeg Jets, and that was a great experience. But coming back to Dartmouth, when I retired from playing, George Crow, my old coach at Dartmouth, gave me a call about becoming a hockey coach, and I had never really thought about it. I had worked with George at his camp at Exeter, Phillips Exeter Academy, and he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. He had a lot of confidence in me, and offered me a job at Dartmouth. So I became his assistant, and I was the assistant coach for 5 years under George. But then under Brian Mason, that was a great opportunity for me to begin my coaching career.
Well, then you went down to Providence, spent 8 years, almost a decade at Brown, your first head coaching job. And once again, we see it, the Dartmouth boomerang effects. Back you come to Hanover once again. How did it play out this time that you got the call to return, this time as the head coach?
Well, it was an opportunity that presented itself. I was at Brown for, as you mentioned, I was there a number of years, 9 years. And they hired me as a 29-year-old guy, so I was pretty young to be a Division I head coach. And coming back to Dartmouth was just one of those situations where I was contacted about the job and jumped at it. But the Dartmouth job was great because the kids had been to Hanover, so it was just a great opportunity. And professionally, it was very fulfilling for me. I love the school. I'm very passionate about it. Wearing the jersey was just awesome. And then for family, it was just a great community to raise a family. Just loved everything about it.
Over the course of your time with the Big Green, 11 of your players have gone on to spend some time in the National Hockey League. I would think that you'd take a lot of pride in knowing that you and Dartmouth played such a huge role in getting those guys and others ready to play at the professional level.
Yeah, our development, I think, is something I'm really, really proud of. The players seem to get better and better throughout their career. And we've had really good coaching staffs, great support staffs that have supported and helped these kids develop over the course of time. And it has been a lot of fun to watch these guys play at the highest level in the world and think that they came through Dartmouth and that's what opened the door for them. So it's a two-way street. You know, the guys graduate from Dartmouth, have an opportunity, some of them to play professionally, but they have an education that's going to open doors for them for the rest of their lives through Dartmouth and the association with the college and their networking with alumni and friends. So, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity and the honor to coach them and the hundreds of other guys that I coached at Dartmouth.
And I know you said it's been a whirlwind as you announced that you were letting someone else have that opportunity to coach Dartmouth and retire. You've heard from all over the hockey community, but it really must be tremendous. And hearing from so many people and kind of understanding, maybe having some context as to just what you've meant to this community and to Dartmouth hockey over the course of time.
Well, it's really humbling, Rob, and I've been overwhelmed by it. I'm chipping away, trying to get back to people who have reached out to me. I tried to do my best, you know, and I'm passionate about the school. I'm passionate about the game. I'm passionate about the players. It's a real family atmosphere, as you know, around our program. And I'm just a piece of it. As the head coach, it's been an honor, you know, one of the greatest honors of my life to come back to Dartmouth and be the head hockey coach and to do what I could to leave the jersey in a better place. And I really hope somehow I've done that over the course of my career as a coach.
What else comes next now that you have some time to fill?
Well, I'm going to get, I love to fish, and that's been kind of my, you know, where I get a little bit of solitude and unwind at the end of the season over the course of the summer. I'm not any good at it, but I enjoy getting out. I'm not much of a golfer. I do play a little bit. So I'll get out and hack it around a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to get back into some artwork, which is something that I did growing up right through college, actually. And when I started coaching, I just didn't quite have the time with the kids growing up and my job. We'll see. I'll take a breather and we'll see what happens.
Well, I hear there's an opening on Dartmouth radio for a color commentator as well. That's a possibility.
Well, you know what? I may materialize sometime along the way. I love to come to games, and I want to support whoever is the next coach. I love the players, and I've talked to the players, you know, about helping them in the future, you know, whatever they need. But I'd love to be in Thompson, just be, you know, a fly on the wall, hang around in the shadows and cheer the big green on with a new era of coaching there and a new era of hockey. So I'm really proud of our organization. I'm really proud of the Dartmouth hockey family. And I'll always be, you know, a family member, and I'll always cheer and support the big green.